What's up and welcome back to Nap Time Builder. We're taking a little break from the shop build today because got some guys over there putting metal on it. Today's the third day. We're hoping that they get done with the metal today. But today we are going to be working on some porch furniture. I'm gonna try to make some chairs. I got this whole pallet of 2x6s here that are cut like 38 inches. They're actually made for cut for the big metal racks you see in a lot of shops and everything like that. But I acquired this and we're gonna try to make some furniture out of it. Just some chairs for the porches and everything. We're gonna have big porches front and rear, so you know we need some seating. So that's what we're doing today. I found a couple ideas that I like, so I might alter them a little bit because I don't know how low I want to set to the ground, you know. So we'll see what we can do. Don't mind my old fridge here. I'm gonna be sticking that in my shop. And mostly probably just storing like some grinders and cutting disc and sanding pads and stuff in it. But this is the wood we're gonna be using. There's some cut 2x4s if we need them, but it's probably gonna be most out of these since we have so many of them. It's kind of one of them, I got them, so we might as well use them, you know. Gonna be using the flatbed of the church truck as my work area today. That way I'm not in the way of my builders. I'm not in the way of my shop guys. So if you hear a little Mexican music in the background, you know, they like to get a little rowdy and turn it up and they'll start booming here in a little bit. It's still early now, so either the coffee ain't kicked in or the drinks ain't wore off. I don't know which one, but let's get started. All right, so any other time before starting, I would go ahead and sand these down, but for some reason I couldn't find my sander, so it might be one of them. I'm gonna put at least one together, and if I decide it's gonna be too hard to sand after the fact, then I guess I might wait until I find my sander or just buy another one. All right, so over here's the legs. I got one right here. The rest of these are the slats I just cut. I'm using some of my cut-offs to do my spacing between my slats on the sides and all that jazz. But we're about to start piecing this together. It's gonna be 3 slats down through here, and then I gotta get another leg. Right there. And that'll be a slat. This will be the outside. That'll be the outside of it. It'll have that gap. So, and the plans I found, they actually used 2x4s for the legs, but we're using 2x6s. So hopefully it don't look stupid when we're done, okay? We will see. and there's one side. Like I said, this right here will be the outside. Here's the other one down here. They look like junk right now, but once they're all sanded up and painted or stained or whatever we decide to do, they'll look a lot better. Like I said, this is not a professional job, obviously, because I'm doing it. But it'll be a place to sit your butt, okay? Better than sitting on the concrete porch, so whatever. All right, so now we're about to cut the back slats and the one for the front. That way I can get the form of this thing going. And then I'll double check my measurements and everything of what everything else will be. Cause you know I probably messed up by her, so we might as well make her fit after that. But we're gonna go ahead and do the back slats. All right, here's what we're looking like. It's gonna be 22 inches in here. It's gonna be a front slat coming across right here and 3 across the back. That'll get all these sides together. And then we'll have to do our little slats or whatever on the inside there to sit on. And after that, it'll pretty much be doing the top rails and all that mess. But these right here are showing 22 inches from the plan that I found. Oh, look, I got close. 1/4 inch or so off from just setting her up there. But depends, is my butt gonna get any bigger? Do I need to extend that some? Let's see. All right, so after testing that, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 inches. Make them 24 inch inside, and we got a little bit of room to move. It ain't just all tight and snug on you. So now I gotta cut 4 that is 24 inches. And then we'll start piecing some of this together. We'll get an idea of what she's gonna look like. All right, here we go. We're getting the shape of her now. Like I said, it should look a lot better sanded, but we're just trying to see if this idea is gonna work. But I'm gonna put, like I said, the plans I had 2x4s in them too, but we got more of these 2x6s than anything, so that's what we're doing them out of. If anything, they're gonna be hefty, okay? It called for 4 2x4s across through here to sit on, but I'm gonna put like 3 and space them out a little bit. That'll be plenty to put a cushion or whatever in. And then after that, we'll cut the pieces for the tops, and this one will basically be done, other than sanding or painting and whatever, you know. So let's see. All right, so we need 3 more at 24 inches. All right, I got them 3 cut. They're not screwed in or anything. I was just seeing how. I'm probably gonna go ahead and butt the one up against the edge here. And then that one against that back. And have this one. There's gonna be like 2.5 inches in between. That's the route we're going. She's ugly, but most of the way together. We got to do some, want to do some top rails and bring it all together. All right, well, it's a pretty simple plan, and you know, this is made out of pretty much scrap wood, so she's a heavy beast though. Let me see this thing. She's a heavy beast though. All 2x6s, that's, yeah. Might have to get my wife to carry that one. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. But, yeah. Oh. A good sanding, a little putty in the holes. And some paint, and that'll look very good. All right, now to build one more just like that. Then we're gonna try to figure out a table to sit in between them. All right, well, that time lapse got cut off because I got a phone call and I forgot to turn it back on right after. But now we got 2 chairs made. Now to decide how big or how wide and tall we want the table to be. And this is some of my scraps here. These chairs ain't that tall. So I thought about that table being about that tall. Then I'm gonna have them 1.5 inch, well, you know, them 2x on top of it. So, how? All right, so the plan is, this is gonna be my legs for the table. I'm gonna do 2 slats around the table. So I needed 8 of those. And then after we get this put together, we'll worry about throwing a little top on it. So. Alright, so right here I started having some, I don't know, microphone issues, I guess you'd say. And then on top of that, there was a guy pressure washing the my new driveway. And then also had spray foam guys and everything, because this was a few days later from actually building the chairs. And then right here you see we just laid some 2x6s up there. Got around, I think I went an inch and a quarter past the sides of the table, actual table there. That way I'd have a nice little overhang. These plans are like super simple and all that, but I'm not going for nothing extravagant. I mean, honestly, I almost thought about just leaving them looking like this because they looked all rustic or whatever, you know. Barnwood type, whatever you want to call it. But after we got this all trimmed up where I liked it and everything, I need a new saw blade, so you see me keep going back and forth. It's because I'm running my batteries down real quick. But here's what it looks like after done, and then here we go. I hit it all with a quick 80 grit sand job and everything just to knock high stuff off. I mean, they're not going to be perfect by no means. This was all scrap wood, and I'm just using screws and wood and everything that I already had. So this is not like a super special project. We just got big porches on the new house, and we needed more spaces to set some tails. But you might not like the open or the big open spots between the slats, but they are going to get cushions.